Bartender?
Yeah?
Can I get a drink?
Coming right up.
Did y'all even pass the bar? I failed the bar.
I worked in a bar.
I live in a bar.
I should be behind bars. I didn't pass the bar, but I've been president for the last 4 years. Let me finish what I started.
It would be kind of fun to see Joe as the first lady. Man, y'all is crazy. I'm the only one who's qualified to be president. What's your qualifications, Michelle? Huh? Leaving the toilet seat up? For your information, I've written 20 books. Yeah, so did Joan Rivers.
I changed Joe's diapers for 4 years. I deserve this! Look, I'm the only one who deserves to be president!
No, I deserve it. I was like totally a bartender.
I raised $20 billion.
You
owe $20 million,
you couldn't even get dead people to vote for you!
I lived in a house that was built by slaves.
Oh, shut up, Michelle!
Why don't you call 1-800-JANICE and cry about it?
Y'all don't even know my struggle!
Oh, it's always poor Michelle. What's your net worth, by the way?
What's your net worth, Nancy? Yeah, Nancy! How you doing in the stock market?
I'm doing great. I just made $30 million. 30 minutes. How many missing employees are you up to now, Hillary?
How much insider trading have you done today, Nancy?
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me. I come from a middle-class family.
I'm like an expert in economy or like whatever. I can like totally help America and John.
Look, I've been a politician my entire life. Paid my dues, and now it's Nancy's turn.
No, it's
Is this the line to the bathroom?
No, it's my turn! How's your husband, Nancy?
How's your husband, Hillary?
My fiance has red hair.
I fucked my way to the top.
We all know there can only be one woman president.
Huh?
Yep. Think we all know who that gonna be? Oh, I do!
Yeah, I think we do.
Yep.
Hey, we ain't going
What's
back.
going on?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Can you hear the drums, Fernando? I remember long ago another starry night like this. There was something in the air that night. The stars were bright, Fernando. They were shining there for you and me, for liberty.
Yo, good morning. How's everybody doing? You already know. Same old shit. Feeling still a little under the weather, but gotta do what I gotta do. The solid one here. Just saying. Welcome to the Common Sense and Random Shit Show. Because as this guy says, last 4 years before the inauguration, that's what it was, a shit show. Your friendly neighborhood conservative ex-con here, Fernando. And you already know. Yeah, let's get to at least a rough idea of what's been going on.
I think that you punch.
Pardon me?
I think you punch. I think you're okay with you okay with punching. It's Ted Cruz. I mean, like, this dude has to be knocked over the head, like, hard. right?
Oh, shit.
Like, there is no niceties with him. Like, at all. Like, you go clean off on him, right?
Is there anything you're trying to pass? How much of it is going on offense? How much of it is going on defense, trying to stop the Republicans?
Trying to pass, no. I should probably be a better politician and tell you, yes, we've got all this amazing legislation that I can absolutely imagine Donald Trump signing into law, and I'm just not gonna lie. So right now, I can tell you that unfortunately, I am not working towards very much that I would consider being the progress train.
Well, aren't you a treat?
I think that you punch. I think you punch. I think you're okay with you okay with punching.
Yeah, ridiculous. And as I said before, ghetto trash, fake eyelash you're wearing. You know, the funny shit about her is I keep saying ghetto trash like she actually is ghetto, when we all know she really isn't. She's just wannabe. She's a wannabe. And, you know, guys, I've explained before, you know my past. Ex-scam member, ex-convict. And let me tell you, I've met some ghetto women, two genders. Trust me, in my past, my so-called gang sisters, I knew women, two genders, that would quickly cut you. They would probably do a lot more than just that. And they were ghetto as shit. Matter of fact, some of them didn't even sound like that. It's just, I don't know what she's looking for. But more power to these Democrats. Yeah, please let her run for president. Please let her keep trying to get a promotion. Because if this is what they have, and that's the best they got, because AOC ain't it. And this one, even better. Thumb up. Just saying. Keep doing what you're doing. Crock of shit. Fake eyelash. Fake ghetto. Wannabe. Anyway. Yeah. So, I got this. I got a short I'm going to post after this. I'm always joking around about the mask. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm a little under the weather, I don't wear a mask. My jobs, none of them are telling me to wear a mask because we're over it. You know what I'm saying? And yes, people still wear masks in public by themselves, exercising, riding bikes, in their cars. Yeah, so I just point at them. Hi, they think I'm saying hi, I'm laughing at them. But anyway, yeah.
You know, I haven't seen a mask in so long. You're wearing a mask. What? So nice of you. I haven't seen anybody wearing a mask in a long time. It's good. You feel more comfortable, right?
I don't know.
That's funny as shit. Fucking idiots, I swear to God. Anyway. Caroline Leavitt. Badass. Press secretary. But, Caitlin Collins. Gotta love it. She must be a masochist.
And I was negotiating with them. All of a sudden, they raided my house. They didn't raid the house of Joe Biden. They didn't raid Obama.
But Joe Biden didn't ignore a subpoena to get those documents back like you did. And so that's the question.
1,850 boxes.
But that's the question that investigators have, I think, is why you held on to those documents when you knew the federal government was seeking them and then had given you a subpoena to return them.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Can I talk?
Yeah, what's the
answer? Do you mind?
I would like for you to answer the question.
Okay, it's very simple to answer.
That's why I asked it.
It's very simple. You're a nasty person, I'll tell you. Fake, disgusting news. And we are making a lot of progress, so that's all I can report. But some very, very big talks are going and detailed talks are going on right now on both fronts.
Mr. President, you said that your national security advisor learned a lesson after a reporter.
Excuse me, I didn't make you. Go ahead.
Mr. President, the ceasefire agreements that.
Look at her face was gold.
At the chat, at one point, Pete Hegseth wrote 14-15 strike drones on target, and in all caps, he said, "This is when the first bombs will definitely drop." Does the president feel that he was misled by his national security advisors, whoever it was that told him there was no classified information in there, now that he's seen these messages? now been asked and answered this question 3 times by the both of you, and I've given you my answer. The president feels the same today as he did yesterday.
Okay,
Philip.
and on my follow-up on what you had just said.
Go ahead, Philip.
I have a
Caitlin, I'm not taking your follow-up.
I have a follow-up on something you just said, though, Caroline. That's
Caitlin,
regarding
I'm not
Jeffrey
taking
Goldsberg.
your follow-up. Philip, go ahead. I have called
Thank you. The vice president seemed to express some frustration.
Denied. Now, why don't you have some self-respect and leave?
Yeah. All right, zip it.
You can't even
Zip it.
look. All
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Exhibit A.
Frown, would you please?
Subtitle.
I want you. Stop. This. You're like a child. Talking. If you just one time.
Zip it.
Thank you, Mr. But that's why CNN is not trusted anymore. They are not trusted. They are fake news. Remember that.
Yo. Come on, man. They're masochists, man. They love that shit. They love looking like fools, pointing out bullshit, and just being, I mean, they're not like that with Democrats. You know, when liberals are on there, they're not like that with them. You know what I'm saying? See, that's the difference between conservative news outlets. When you watch conservative news outlets, granted, you know, Dan Bongino, like me, I'd probably go crazy on these bastards and just make them look even stupider. But, you know, conservative opinion people, when they're willing to have these Democrats and have sane arguments and respectful. Liberal media, piece of shits, they're all about attack. They're all attack, just like liberals and violence, you know? Anyway, yeah, as I said, my second day here in my studio. I'm going to be using one of my jobs from now on because, one, it sounds better. I noticed yesterday, even though there was a couple of faux pas, I apologize. Coincidentally, it's funny, my boss, my buddy, my boy, Amadeo, who let me use this place, the place I'm a chef at, he texted me laughing. He was like, yeah, I saw you got a delivery. I should have asked, hey, we get a delivery tomorrow? Because I pretty much know I used to deal with them before when I was here early before, because I used to come here early before, almost every day. But it was kind of funny. Hopefully we don't get another one today. I doubt it. We don't get deliveries every day here at this job. But, yeah, as I said, I'm going to be here. No more in my car. I have to wait till the sunlight. Now it's just, you know, whatever time I can get on as soon as I get out of one of my jobs and then go into my other job. So I'm in between. At the same time, there's no rush. Also, just looks better. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of tired of doing the car thing. You know, I always wasting gas, driving around trying to find the right spot. And, you know, gas isn't exactly that cheap yet. It's getting there. Thanks, Trump. No matter what these liberals say, it's happening. But as you know, as I mentioned before, breaking news. This is not the place for it. This is the place for me to talk shit about these Democrats and all their bullshit and their insanity. And it is what it is. As this guy and apparently everybody else says, I thought I was the only one saying that. Apparently everybody's saying it. But anyway, but if you want some good, smart, breaking news with someone who's actually smart, that has a good opinion, this guy right here. This guy's the guy to watch. Subscribe to him. I don't expect anything in return because him and I have completely opposite shows. I make fun of the bullshit. He talks about the shit. And as I said, you know, he doesn't steer heavy to one side. He says it how it is. As I said, good guy, smart guy, ex-military. Subscribe, get notified. And if you haven't yet, subscribe here, now. Just saying, you know, the Common Sense and Random Poop Show on YouTube, ScrewTube. Couldn't put shit for obvious reasons. They don't like the word shit. So even though it's in the title and everything else, but I had to change it to poop in order for it to be there. Whatever. Anyway, it's still the conservative ex-con, but subscribe, get notified when I post shorts and when I come live. Even though I am early today, I'm probably going to be doing early every day, but nobody really watches me live. But if you're up and you want to watch this Joe Schmo, non-viral going, non-genius, ex-gang member, ex-convict, ex-pro fighter. It's a lot of X's, I'm just saying. But anyway, there you go. Please subscribe. And stay tuned. I got that short later on. Also, if you're not on Rumble, download it. Great app to have. Only in one by conservatives. No censorship. Right here. The Conservative Escon. Please follow, share, like, whatever it is you do on social media and all these other thingies right there. And, you know, one thing I said before, it's an advantage to YouTube other than no censorship and the bullshit, because they're still with the bullshit, trust me. And you can actually listen to some of the videos you're watching if you turn the screen off, not unlike YouTube. If you don't need to, you gotta know how to do it, you know what I mean? But anyway, as I said, please follow. And as I was saying, breaking news. No, I just like making fun of the shit, and trust me, these liberals, it's there's so much out there. I mean, I probably download probably 15, 20 videos, and in the morning is when I decide and I start editing which videos I'm going to post here and make fun of, because it's all funny as shit. As I would say, poop on all their faces if you're a liberal and you're an idiot. But anyway, let's get to it. And, you know, as I said, the show's called The Common Sense, a Random Shit Show. It's not just politics. The politics that I talk is me making fun of these assholes. That's it. And if you are sane and have common sense, none of these people make sense.
Hi, I'm Scout. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm an interdisciplinary major at UBC. I'm in my last semester. My primary thematic focus is decolonizing academia and public knowledge systems.
What a waste of time.
And my secondary thematic focus is biocultural and linguistic futurity.
For those who don't know what that means, can you give us a quick rundown?
Yeah, basically what I focus on is the promises that the institution has made and also the emergence of indigenous ways of knowing and being across the disciplines. And I feature in a lot of stuff like language revitalization, or the emergent vitality of languages, rather. And just kind of a bunch of stuff. I've taken courses in over 20 departments, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. Listen. Again, apologies. As I said, it's a cold. It's a flu. I wouldn't say flu because, you know, and I've never taken a flu shot, and I've been fine. COVID shot, not here. I am not anti-vax. If it's what it is and it helps you, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? But this guy, I just never been into, you know, I'm not a big fan of needles. Yeah, anyway, that's not the real reason. Obviously, I'm tattooed up and shit. But just, I don't know, I've never had a flu shot, never had, the last shots I had, honestly, I can't remember that far back. But I've been healthy, grown big boy. And that ain't me. Plus, I don't wear masks. It is what it is. Anyway, yeah, as I said, common sense, not.
The looming question on my mind on a daily basis is how working class people could be so easily duped into rallying behind billionaire South African Yahtzees whose open intentions are to dismantle democratic societies for the sake of installing technocratic oligarchical rule, draining the earth of all its remaining resources, and pushing out natalist propaganda for the sake of accelerating a world-ending event so they can have a much easier time securing all those resources and ditching us to go do the same to Mars? What? What timeline is this? This is insane. It's just so easy. They love it. They want it. It's like I'm in hell world. It's like I'm not on a real planet with real people on
it. Listen, you gotta make fun of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's, you know. Do you know anybody like that? If you do, you should be ashamed. If you're not ashamed, you're a piece of shit liberal. Just saying. But anyway, people crack me up. Use the finger sometimes because, yes, I am still. Man, it sucks. I hate this. But it's whatever. Yeah, the haptic feedback still, and I still have a phone on a bracket. So once in a while, you'll see my finger touching something, not myself. Two genders, just saying. But anyway, I have my computer. I mean, there is that site that I like to use can't afford it right now. What is it, like $40 a month, whatever it is, $50 a month. Right now, maybe later on, I like to use it because there is a few things I could do on the computer I can't do here. One is, interview, chat, double screen, 3-screen, whatever it is, invite more people to the channel. And that's about it. But as far as this app that I'm using now, it works out pretty good. This is why I'm going to use it until I just can do other stuff. But anyway, to get off some of this bullshit, sort of, the mentality, not there. And Babylon B, as I always say, Kalman, thank you. And as I always say, there's links in the description to most of the stuff that I share, most of the channels. If it's not there, please let me know. I must have been between work and I forgot, or I just didn't go through it. So if you see your stuff on here and I haven't posted a link, let me know and I'll do it right away. This is a perfect example. Like I said, Kalman is the shit. Babylon B, if you're not subscribed, subscribe. They're awesome. But this is pretty much the mentality of these crazy people.
So I just talk in this thing and it records my voice?
Yeah, it's a microphone.
Okay. Hello, my name is Norm Hiccup. I am a bicyclist and this is my story.
Everyone knew the name Norm Hiccup in the motorcycle world. Back then, when you thought about motorcycles, you'd think Harley Davidson, you'd think two wheels, and you'd think Norm Hiccup.
Oh yeah, of course I knew Norm. If there was a race, Norm was there racing. Racing and racing and racing and losing. That guy lost a lot.
Hey, guys! It's not a race! Slow down!
It was a race, and he knew that.
Great race, guys. But you shouldn't go that fast. You need to slow down.
Why are you like huffing and puffing, bro?
I don't know.
I honestly don't even know why he competed. I think he just owned a motorcycle.
He was the Michael Jordan of losing. And then, the craziest thing happened.
So, it was shortly after losing your, 65th motorcycle race that it happened?
Well, it's completely unrelated to losing my 65th motorcycle race.
But it happened directly after a loss, right?
Unrelated things happen after other unrelated things all the time. That's a common expression.
Why don't you just tell us what happened?
I'd always known that something about me was different. There was something wrong. It was as if I had something inside of me as a motorcyclist that I needed to let out. After a lot of thought and reflection, and in no way related to the number of motorcycle races I lost, I finally realized that my life as a motorcyclist was a lie. I was a bicyclist.
A man by the name of Norm Hiccup has made history
this is
today.
the Handlebar Podcast, and today we're talking about Norm
As a
Hiccup.
tractor-driving dentist, I feel Norm really represents the trans vehicle.
I love Norm.
Joining the race is Norm Hiccup. Wait, I thought he raced motorcycles.
I never felt better. Free to be my true self. Live my truth. Just be me.
And win races.
Completely unrelated. But now that you mention it, the craziest thing happened. I started winning races. Can you believe it? Things were looking up. I was finally me, the real me, and separately, coincidentally, happening at the exact same time, I'm a gold medal athlete.
I'd never seen a bicyclist like Norm. Tremendous focus, deeply motivated, and his bike had a 200 horsepower engine that could go from 0 to 60 in 3 seconds.
I remember I interviewed Norm around this time. He's a megastar, not only winning trophies left and right, but also a huge inspiration to the trans vehicle community. And I said, Norm, when did you know you were actually a bicyclist? And you know what he said? He said, I was looking at a bicycle, and I thought, my motorcycle's faster than that. And that's when I knew who I was.
But the thought and the realization just happened to be at the same time. A total coincidence.
Did any of the bicyclists oppose Norm's decision? Was anyone not happy about it?
Not if they wanted to keep their livelihood or reputation. Not after Sam.
I'm Sam. I was the greatest bicyclist in the world. No one faster than me. until Norm. And then all I said was, hey, this guy's a motorcycle. And the next thing I know, Teen Vogue magazine runs over my racing bike with a steamroller and kidnaps my children. I still don't know where they are.
Some people were intolerant. It's true. People have called me a hero. They said I'm inspiring. Kids look up to me. Adults lavish me with praise. But when I look in the mirror and I see that person staring back at me, the real me, all I see is all those things that I just said. I agree with it.
Liberal logic. Funny shit about it is that there's probably at least one Democrat, libtard, looking at this and saying, yeah, why not? Fucking idiots, I swear. Oh God, let me see, what am I doing now? Now, somebody I like to use some of their stuff. They're awesome. I have 2 of his stuff. Link in description. Creator Warp. First off, Tampon Tim.
He claps too much and spews bullshit. Welcome to Wacko Walls' greatest hits.
Well, our little tampon slinger is getting ready for a weekend full of exciting town halls because today he did a bird flu press conference. And it turned out Wacko Walls had the flu too, the word flu. Timmy once again had a difficult time forming and saying words in the English language, and I've got all the fun highlights for you. So hit that like button to support the channel and let's dive in.
We have since that time had over 60% of the workforce has been in office full-time since then.
What the hell was that?
Oh, I do not want anyone to quit. I understand that. Oh, I do not want anyone to quit.
He's a liar.
Had folks, as I said, over 60% have been back in. Those folks have been back. We've got the opportunity to bring these people back into office.
Nobody ever comes back.
Across the public and non-private.
What did he say?
Across the public and non-private.
That's a little redundant.
And I'll advocate this spring for operating adjustments in my budget that allows us to keep this talented workforce. But you know, it was when I started to hear rumors that was happening, and we've been working on this. Where do people park? Where's the workforce? We've shrunk some of our footprint that's there. And
what are you in the 4th grade?
But tell us how that move or this move on this health dollars. So I'm grateful you're covered this. We'll give you more update on it. And so
That doesn't make sense.
Thanks, Creator Warp. Your shit's awesome. And these guys are idiots.
Worst of all.
He cries on cue, he fakes the fight, then sells you out in broad daylight. A swamp rat wrapped in a Gucci fit. Welcome to Crying Chuck's greatest hit.
Well, look who showed up 100% snocker for his little crying session on the Senate floor this morning. Chuckles must be having a hard time with all the calls for resignation and his big book flop that he's resorted to the salt. He hasn't been this bad in a while, so hit that like button and subscribe if we give you a laugh, and let's get on with the show.
The economic chickens are coming home to roost, and I fear this is just the beginning. How can any American,
if you think that was bad,
his position on tariffs, how can Americans have confidence? What we learned this morning from the Atlantic showed consumer confidence and lets billionaires like Elon Musk take a chainsaw to people's benefits. Americans look at this chaos.
What the hell's he talking about?
This fall in confidence. the lowest level since January of 2021, and the lowest level that we have seen in so long, to institute policies. He is fanning the flames of election denialism. He's an election denier to recreate America.
Man, I think it's time to admit you got a drinking problem.
You know, funny shit about it is, what do you think they're drinking? Pelosi, Schumer? Because they're getting their asses whooped. I'm just saying. And, yeah, Cash, badass.
Another day has passed. Do you
Well, actually, it was the night before the hearing.
now that another day has passed, do you believe that it's now time potentially for the FBI to open an investigation into this?
I'm not going to comment on that.
Because you're the director of the FBI, you don't believe it's appropriate to comment on that?
Because there's a process in place, there's an ongoing litigation, and the National Security Council is reviewing this matter. And I'm not going to discuss any open or closed
That
investigation.
ongoing investigation, literally, the lawsuit happened today or yesterday afternoon, and the idea that you don't have an opinion on this at this point is frustrating to me.
No, it's not.
My
I'm not
final
going to
question,
prejudge
reclaiming
any
my
matters,
time, my
and the men
final
and women of the
question,
FBI
reclaiming my
will
time, reclaiming
call
my
the
time,
balls and strikes.
reclaiming my time,
not
sir.
you.
Sir,
Yeah.
Gentleman's recognized. You have
Thank
4
you.
seconds remaining.
No, I have more than
You have
that
2
because
seconds
Mr.
remaining.
Patel would not acknowledge.
Gentlewoman's time has expired. Mr. Stubbe.
Yo, I love the way they shut her down. That was awesome. We, conservatives, Republicans, have the House, Senate, and the White House. Your bullshit's not playing here. You can try all you want, but common sense and America is first. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, change of subject. You know what time it is. It is time for boom, random shit. The random shit part of the show. Let's talk. Have you guys been, I've mentioned before, I'm a big movie guy. Enjoy being in a whole different world, whatever it may be, whoever the actor may be. But do you ever notice Tom Cruise? I talked about, Edge of Tomorrow, about a week ago. I think I've talked about something else. Mission Impossible movies, which I can't wait to see the next one. But have you ever seen him as a bad guy? Think about that. Of course I have. You may have too. Maybe. Depends. It's not a new movie. But Skyrids, ever see this? It's a bad guy. I'm not gonna say he's an anti-hero, anti-good guy. He is a hitman. Tom Cruise, and it's a pretty old movie, not 50s and 60s, but I forgot what year it was. Should have checked, but it's probably almost 20 years old, if not older. But there's a clip from this movie that a lot of special operators like to talk about because, especially gun people, even though I don't have my Second Amendment rights, and I'll probably never get them back, no matter what laws come out. But I'm good with that. I understand there are other weapons, which I will get to tomorrow video, because being that I'm a Kempo guy, there's a certain weapon a lot of Kempo people love, and I have one, maybe two. And if you're a Kempo guy and you have one, it's a knife. We'll talk about it tomorrow in the random shit part of the show. But right here, this part right here is probably one of the best. I don't know how to explain it, but let me see, which one is it? Let me see if I can find it. I don't want to mess this up. Right here. Check this out.
Kidding me? Do I look like I'm kidding you?
Gun people, spec ops people, ex-military, Green Beret. Everybody says this is the part. This should be a training video.
Don't shoot, man. Get your ass up. Yeah. Got you got here. Ooh, jackpot. It's for real.
Yo, homie. That my briefcase?
Your briefcase? Yeah, it is. Why? You want it back? I want your wallet. What else you got for me? Huh? Fuck.
Yo. That was sick. As I said, you know, that's pretty badass. But anyway, check out the trailer. Good movie. If you haven't watched it, look for Collateral. I'm not sure where it's available yet. But yeah, this is probably Tom Cruise's only movie I can think of that he's a bad guy.
You know, if you had just listened to me, we'd be all bogged down in traffic right now, and you would have made yourself an extra $5.
Yeah, well, you keep that $5, buy you something special.
Thanks, Max.
Hey, come on. I'll take it.
I got 5 stops to make.
What's your name?
Max.
Max. I'm Vincent. I'll meet you in the alley behind the building.
Oh, no! What the hell? You killed him.
Red light, Max.
Hold on.
Man, you were gonna drive me around tonight and never be the wiser, but we're in plan B. Now, we gotta make the best of it. Improvise, adapt to the environment. Whatever, man, we gotta roll with it.
You just met him once and you kill him like that?
What, I should only kill people after I get to know them?
I'm not up for this.
What are you gonna do about it?
There's a man named Vincent.
I got another DOA.
He's already killed witnesses. He's coming to kill you.
Max! I do this for a living!
Rustling with my work. Gotta roll with it. Adapt.
Get your hands in the air! That's funny, coming from you. Slow down!
Shoot me!
As I said, great movie. Movie buff, Collateral, look it up. I really think it's the only movie that Tom Cruise plays a bad guy that I can think of. Can't think that far back. Yeah, it's this is before all that John Wick craze. Yeah, I mean, you know, there's other movies that are similar that were older. Christian Bale was in one, but this right here, yeah, action-packed, good story. And as I said, Tom Cruise, a bad guy. Aren't you tired of him being a good guy? Just like you're tired of people saying there are more than 2 genders and these freaking liberal libtard Democrats spewing their nonsense. Yeah, this guy's tired of it. This is why I'm a conservative. You already know. Guys, thanks for watching. I actually had a few more videos, but I'll end it. I don't want to overdo today. And as I said, please comment, like, share, subscribe. Breaking news, not here. Joe Schmo, yeah. And as I said, I know nobody really watches me live. I know you guys will watch later on. Mostly on Rumble, as I'm seeing. So you know, I don't do Facebook anymore. Facebook, for you liberals, idiots that don't know what Facebook is. It's shit. Because they have some dumbass rules. And it is what it is. Thank you guys. Love you. Stay true to the red, white, and blue. If I didn't say that yet, please like, share, comment. Let me know what you want to talk about. If you see any of the movies I've talked about, let me know. We can talk about it. And as I said before many times, it will get better. Peace out, everyone. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.